Hello peeps, what is happening? I'm just trying to make my chat thing bigger so I can see what y'all saying. So hang on one moment. Okay, so here's the lowdown. I wanted to do a stream with my camera and stuff, but the Elgato streaming software is utterly terrible. Can you hear me, by the way? Can anyone hear me? This is a test. Okay, cool. So you can hear me. Alrighty. So, hey Dave, if AC is gonna be a Ferrari? No. I got so enraged with the tire wear in the last one that I've decided that I'm not gonna do it this time in a Ferrari. When's your next real life race? Asking Beyond. This weekend in Spa. I will be racing in ELMS for the first time ever. Okay, your mic sounds windy. It's a bit of static. I'm not sure why, guys. Hang on a second. So we have to do a little bit of testing here because the mic is crackling. One moment, guys. Sorry, we have to try sort this out because my streaming software is a disaster at the moment. So there's going to be some feedback. Okay. Let's hope that that's better. Just sounds like I'm sitting next to a fan. Plug it back. Did you turn it? Okay, how's that? Sorry guys, I'm really sorry about this. I promise you, we're going to get this right. Nothing has changed. So, strange. Fix better, spot on. Okay, I do get this sometimes with my mic. Okay, so just tell me also if the game sound is too loud. Okay, so it's very rare that I can actually see you guys chatting to me, but anyway. Just clearing my throat. Sorry about that. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. So here's the deal. Okay, I have to leave tomorrow to Spa. I have to leave tomorrow to Spa, so I don't have time to make videos this week. I've only been here for the day. I arrived at 4 AM. I am now going to. I've been unpacking and repacking, and oh, the Scirocco is the quickest. Look at that. And I will be heading off to Spa in the morning. So, why are you playing such an arcade game when there is Project Cars 2? You could tune your car, and the physics are a lot better. Jonathan, Project Cars 2 is worse than Gran Turismo, my man. I'm not playing in online mode. Gran Turismo is not an arcade game, so pretty tired of answering that question, to be honest with you. Anyway, where's ELMS compared to Blancpain? Do you mean in terms of popularity, speed? Well, they're different series, and one is organized by the SRO, the other is organized by the ACO and the FIA. And yeah, so just different series entirely. And in ELMS you race a Gt3 car, which is like in the Ferrari's case it's based off the same car as the Gt3. In fact, the Gt3 is based off the Gt3. And It has no ABS. It does have traction control though. Different gear ratios, more torque, less power, more aero, and Dunlop tires instead of Pirelli tires. People take the ELMS very seriously because it's if you win the championship, you get an automatic invite to the Le Mans. Congratulations, Valulunga. Thanks, Mark. Hope you're well, mate. And I hope to see you in Barcelona. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly do a qualifying lap and then I'll get back to chatting to you guys in a second. Just hang on one moment. Messed that up. Oh, little bit of pusher understeer there. That was messy, but I'll take it. I'll take it for now, just so we can have a quali run. Daily race A. I think this is the most interesting race of this event, by the way. I think all the others are a bit boring and... No, not enough disk space. What? How's that possible? What are we talking here? How far off the pace am I? 1 second. It don't matter. Okay. Aware, LNR, Psycho. Okay, just 1 second. I hope the mic is better again, guys. I'm just bringing my laptop closer. A Gt3 car is power steering, so it's light as a feather, relatively speaking. Whereas a go-kart feels like it's weighs 10 tons. Best Gt3 car, David? Oh, best Group 3 car. It depends on the BOP, mate. I quite like the Mercedes at the moment, but there's lots of other cars. Any is a good Group 3 car. How's the PC going? So the reason I don't have the PC, it's very simple. This is the only day that I'll be in London until the end of September, so it makes no sense to order a PC which is just going to sit in my passage in a box. How does a racing car brake really feel? Really stiff and hard, or normal like normal cars? So let me just quickly finish the PC thing. So I will be getting it probably the first week of October. I already know which PC I'm going to get. Thank you to Josh Martin for linking me up. Brake pedal in a real life Gt3 car is quite stiff, and you have to jump on it really hard, but we have ABS as well. I'm going to find out on Wednesday what it's like to drive a GTE car which has no ABS, and I'm really looking forward to feeling the brake pedal there. But I suspect it feels just as stiff, just without the ABS kickback, which is quite aggressive and loud. David, could you give a rough estimate of the difference in qualifying pace when using a joypad? No idea, mate. I haven't used a joypad in Gran Turismo Sport. Does traction control make you faster in real life? Well, the cars are set up to have traction control. They developed to work with traction control. So we have driven them without traction control, and that just depends. If you have a lot of grip from the tire and it's perfect track conditions, then it's quicker, but most of the time it's not the case. Goofiest mistake whilst racing? Oh, mate, plenty. I was once doing a fun race with my mates in a kart, which involved pit stops, and I spun entering the pit lane. What else? I've made a few mistakes in racing, which have been quite frustrating. I just can't remember of anything now. Daily races, yes. No lap guides this week, guys. 2 reasons. 1, I don't like any of the tracks that they've chosen, and 2, I don't have time. I leave first thing in the morning, so. Matt Hurst, what happened to you? Aston Martin and Audi were fighting, they hit each other, and then they hit me, and as a result we lost the Blancpain Sprint Championship, so pretty devastating stuff. Thank God we had a good result last weekend in Vallelunga to make things feel a little bit less depressing. Oh, look at that. There goes my race. Okay, are we going to be the dive bombers? Someone asked if there are any tips for Misano. I have an onboard story from their mates, so I think maybe watch that. If you watch that onboard story, then I think I share some track advice. Just maximize the curves, basically. and drive tight lines in the second sector. Whoa, dude! Oh, the guy wants to move under braking, so... Hey Tsutsu, what's happening, man? So unfortunately I missed most of the Gran Turismo Sports FIA races, the live event. So I can't really comment on what happened there. But I did see that Mikhail finally won, so congratulations Mikhail if you're in the stream. Super congrats mate, you deserve that 100%. I would honestly have loved to have seen a rematch between you and Igor, but I'm looking forward to that in the World Finals in Monaco, because I think that will be epic. I'm one of the few people, by the way, who think that what Igor did was actually clean and quite smart. Got a bit of heat on Twitter for that, but I don't care, because I've shown it to plenty of racing drivers who agree with me, so it's just a different way of thinking. Did I see Marquez lift at Misano? I didn't. But I saw him lift in Alex Rins, I saw lift in Silverstone. Is it better to buy a rig for PC4 or PS4 PlayStation or PC? Mate, I mean, the PlayStation and the PC sit on the side of the rig anyway. So, if you want to start sim racing on a budget, then get a PS4 and Gran Turismo Sport. That's all you need. You'll have plenty of fun in the daily races. The reason why I don't think Igor was being dirty is because he lifted long before Eau Rouge, and in that instance Mikhail didn't anticipate it. Igor lifted oopsie. Chris Bob, thank you so much for the compliments, mate. Amiga's tried GT Sport. David, what would you recommend as the starting points? PlayStation and GT Sport, mate. Not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, PlayStation and GT Sport Thrustmaster wheel. Can you explain why a driver at Road America turned off traction control to make an outside overtake? How do you know he turned off traction control? Maybe he just wanted more rotation. And then which car was it in? Because I only know I only know about the Ferrari in context. What do I think of? Oh, what manufacturer am I opting for in GTS? No idea, mate. I've only been at home for a few hours, and I'm on my way to Spa. So I must be honest, my manufacturer choice for the FIA race is usually just a bit of a joke because I don't get the actual opportunity to. I don't have the schedule to dedicate to FIA races. Sadly. He was in a Camaro. Oh, mate, I have no idea. I have no idea what the Camaro is like to drive. So, best livery, Rinaldi or Kessel? Definitely the Rinaldi livery because I designed it, helped design it. Greetings from Russia. Alex Smith. Greetings, bro. Rory, how are you doing? You absolute legend. Mate, in October we are going for that beer, 100%. I meant what to race on GT Sports? Oh, mate, the daily races. Just go dive right into those daily races. Traction control off. The daily races are where it's at. And driving styles, start the game using high traction control so you can get used to the physics. And then slowly but surely turn down your traction as you go along, as you get more confident with the cars. Someone on Twitter advised the other day to turn off all the driving aids. I say the opposite. It's like telling your 3-year-old to just get on a bicycle without training wheels and off you go. That's if you don't have any experience in sim races. If you have experience in sim racing, then obviously go for the more difficult settings. Can you please tell us how traction control works in real life? Yeah, so we have two settings in real life. We have the how much. Oh, sorry, we have the slide and the cut. The slide is at what point in the slide does the traction control kick in? And when it does kick in, how much does it kick in by? Like that's the cut, and we can adjust them separately. But in terms of actual technicals, I can't really say much more because I don't know. I mean, it works really well. It works like your road car, but just less aggressive and more progressive, much easier to predict. And we have a huge range of settings from 0 to 10 on both the slide and the cut. In the Ferrari we do. Other cars only have one setting, but the Ferrari, which is the only car I drive, has two settings. And you adjust them in unison. And ABS, exploiting ABS in Gt3 racing is critical. It's the only way you can be fast. It's one of the reasons to have ABS. I mean, one of the reasons Gt3 cars are quick is because of their braking performance, and we have good braking because we have ABS. I mean, you don't ride the whole ABS. There is a technique to it, but ABS is always activated at some point in the braking phase. And it depends on the corner, and I don't know why. I mean, in sim racing you have a lot of snobs who are like, oh, I only race with dashboard cam, I only race without traction controller, I only race without ABS. That's fair game. They want to make their life difficult, but our cars are designed in real life to use those driver aids. Like the damper settings, the suspension settings, all that stuff. It's designed around the electronics. So you have to exploit it to the best of your ability, and trust me, having ABS doesn't just make you a braking god. It's not easy to extract the most out of a car which has ABS. Otherwise everyone in a GT3 would be fast, and it's not. Does a GT3 car have better braking performance than GTE? On average I would say yes, but once you get used to the GTE, which I haven't driven yet, and you don't lock the brakes, you can get pretty close to the performance of a GT3 braking. It also depends on the tires, guys. Tires makes a big difference. If you're using the Michelin Confidentials, which are their private unmarked tires, you will have incredible braking performance. Whereas if you're using a Hankook, you're just going to be suffering everywhere because those tires are terrible. And I'm not talking about the DTM tires, I'm talking about the ones that they make us use in Creventic. Those things are pretty terrible tires. I always mess up that corner. Pete's asking what brake bias we use in real life. Depends, mates. Gran Turismo and video games in general are fixed, but in real life depends on the track, depends on the again on the tires, depends on the setup of the car. In real life, oof, I've been relegated here. I'm in the shadow realm. In real life we use... Oh, actually, I can't tell you. I just realized I'm not allowed to tell you. But it's not as simple as 60-40. Especially in the Ferrari, we have a setting. It's like if the front is 50, then what is the number for the rear? So it can range from 50-32 to 50-43. It's not super classified, it's just I don't want to get in trouble. I probably could share it, but I don't want to. And also it depends on the brake pads you use as well. How do you get bored racing a Ferrari? You don't get bored racing a Ferrari, mate. Do you ever get bored mid-race? I wouldn't say bored is the right word, but you do get like, sometimes you do want your stint to end, and that's like, for example, when I raced in Spa 2017, which we won, I did the final stint was just 2 hours, and I was clock watching, and I just wanted that thing to end. If you're doing a double stint, it does feel very long in the car. Very, very long. How do you launch properly? We don't have to think about that because we have rolling starts. The race makes it 100% means engine braking? No, it's just a number. We're just talking numbers. It's not in sim racing. It's out of 100%, so it's 60-40. But in real life, it's not really like that. Do you get complacent? Every human being gets complacent, mate. Every human being. Can you say mate 8 times? Mate, 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 mate. Would be best seeing him drive his own car in ACC. Yeah, I will do that once I have a PC. Better start this time. Better start. Oh no! No! Whoopsie! That was fun. Just blame the lag. Are you using a steering wheel and pedals? Yes, I am, Chaz. I'm officially, as of a couple of weeks ago, Thrustmaster sponsored driver. Don't talk in the races, Adam. I never talk in the races. I used to make stupid mistakes. Said, oh no. Oh man, that was a fun race. Very similar to what I experienced in Vallelunga. Couldn't overtake the guy, which I'm going to make an onboard story about. Have you ever had to do a number one during a long stint? A wee, yes. Often you get in the car and you're strapped in tight and you're like, my god, I really need to go to the bathroom. Super GT is doing daily race C. Oh god. I don't like daily race C. How is it compared to a controller? No idea. I haven't used a controller in GT Sport. I assume 100 million times better. How good is your wheel to a T500 RS? I use the Thrustmaster GT and I think it's the perfect wheel for Gran Turismo because of the layout and the interface, and I believe that the actual wheel base, the motor, is almost exactly the same. And just by the way, I do know I own a Fanatec, and I bought the Thrustmaster, and when I set up the Thrustmaster, the Fanatec never came out its box again, specifically for PlayStation. I think that the motor in a Thrustmaster has the best fidelity, has the best road feeling. But obviously everyone knows that Thrustmaster need to improve their pedals, which I hope to help them with in the future. But their wheel and their force feedback, especially in PlayStation, is really, really good. Fanatec CS Elite with the C3, the V3 pedals, the nice ones, the really, really nice ones. I've used the DD1, by the way. I don't feel any difference between a direct drive and a belt drive. I mean, yes, there's a little bit less play and a little bit less latency, but I think games aren't maximizing maybe the fidelity that a DD1 can give you, especially iRacing, which has the worst force feedback on this planet. Hey Mante, what's happening, man? T500 RS is an old wheel though, it's old technology. I mean, this TGT, I haven't had a single problem with it, so I do think that the Edwin, what's happening, mate? Thank you so much for that donation. Gonna check your question in a second. Just No, Calvin van der Linde didn't bump me. Oh, actually he did. In the first race he hit me, which removed a section of my rear bumper, but that wasn't the end of the world. I did get taken out by Frederick Vervish in the second race, the number 11 Phoenix Audi. That's the third time this year that we've had contacts, which has been super frustrating, and it's cost us the championship. So Brandt Hatch, even though it looks like I took him out, was 50-50 if you look at the onboards. Then Nürburgring, he definitely took me out, and then Budapest was even worse, and he got a drive-through penalty and a fine for that, so that was also absolute bullshit. So just so you guys know, for those of you who just joined in, PC will definitely be here in October. I'm not at home in September. This is the only day I'm home for the next 2 weeks, so it makes no sense to order a PC when you're not at home, right? But my season calms down considerably at the end of September, and I'll only have 3 more races until the end of the year, so nice opportunity for us to get a PC, Assetto Corsa, iRacing, and do some streaming. I just want to tell you guys, never ever ever buy an Elgato streaming device. It's absolute trash. Their support is good, but the device itself is not good at all. I saw a question now about Kessel and ELMS. I'm going to answer it in a second, guys. Basically, you don't really... The way the question is phrased is wrong. They asked me if I considered racing with Kessel. Of course. I'd like to race with all Ferrari teams. You wait for them to call you. When you're a professional driver, you don't get to pick and choose, really. You just kind of wait for the phone to ring. But I raced for Kessel for 2 years. We still have a really, really, really good relationship, and that's why they gave me this opportunity this weekend. So my dream has always been to get to Le Mans. Kessel were at Le Mans this year. They didn't have space for me in their 2 cars. The team manager and I are very close, so I know that if he did have space I would have been at Le Mans this year, but it doesn't work like that. Everyone who was in their cars was paying to be there, so but yeah, my ultimate dream is absolutely to race at Le Mans. It's the reason I got into racing again. I was watching Le Mans and I wanted to get there, so the only reason I'm doing ELMS this week is because their regular driver pulled out. So I'm not getting my hopes up about I'm not getting my hopes out about Le Mans or anything. I'm just going to focus on doing well at this race, and then we'll see what happens from there, guys. Oh, today I'm really struggling with the hairpin. My god, terrible. On your Thrustmaster, is it worth removing the rubber stopper on the brake pedal? Yes, I removed mine. I hated it. What software do you use? Rapid Gator, I'm not sure what you mean, mate. I use Elgato and Game Capture, which is supplied by Elgato, but the main thing is I've got it on a Mac. You're doing meet and greets for people with pit access at Kailami? Yes, sir, definitely. I'd love to meet anyone who comes to our box. I'll make time for you guys. G Sport just removes the business side of motorsports, pretty much. Had a bit after driving some of the fastest cars in the world. Do you love sim racing? I love sim racing. I enjoy it more than I did back in the day. I love racing online, which I get to do more now when I'm in the UK, because in South Africa the internet connection is terrible. How is the travel or the brakes in a sports car? It feels very stiff, but when you jump on those brakes, it can feel like the pedal goes long. It depends on the brake wear and the condition of the brake fluid and stuff. You don't have brand new brakes for every session, but when the brakes are brand new, the travel is tiny. Do you ever race in Port Elizabeth? I live in the UK, mate. I used to race karts in Port Elizabeth. I won some races there as well. Have you ever raced a Bathurst? Negative. What's your feeling about using turn-in scrub instead of braking? Terrible idea, because you're using your tires for the wrong thing. Your tires are there to turn and not scrub. Dissing SA, no mate, I love SA honestly, but our internet, let's be honest, it's not that great. What is your favorite GT3? Ferrari. Where do I live in the UK? London. I moved here in 2017 because the travel from South Africa was too much, and also I was starting to race every sort of second week. Now I race every week, so to live in South Africa is impossible, sadly, because I wish I could live in Cape Town and race. All the cool people leave South Africa. Yeah, but I didn't want to leave South Africa. Apart from Ferrari, I don't know. I only drive the Ferrari, mates. When are you visiting South Africa again? November. For the Kailami 9 hour. What do I think about F1 and NASCAR's GT driver? I love F1. I used to really enjoy NASCAR, I just never get to watch it anymore. I'm obsessed with F1. I read all the F1 magazines. I speak to people in F1, my friends who are involved in F1. I read Autosport 900 times a day. When I was younger, I wanted to be an F1 driver, not fast enough. Not rich enough. Did he go wide there, or did our lag create chaos? Oh, that's a shame. Would have enjoyed racing with him. I don't think I hit him because I didn't get a penalty. I mean, it definitely wasn't intentional, but I think maybe my lag just wiped that guy out. Sorry, bro. Do I only race at Spa at the ELMS? There's 2 rounds left. The next one's in Portimao. If I do a good job in Spa, then I think I'll be in Portimao in October. What's wrong with me today? Why can't I take the hairpin? I'm racing at Spa this weekend, mates, in the ELMS. Pretty damn excited, if I'm super honest. I'm sorry that my webcam stuff isn't working tonight, and apologies for the quality of the stream. But my Elgato streaming software just will not connect to my YouTube page when I click stream, so... Favorite street car? I can tell you my perfect 3-car garage. Audi RS6. Audi RS6, 911 Gt3 Touring, and a Ferrari F12 TDF. Those are my 3 favorite cars in the world. Sad and depressingly, one of my teammates has that exact 3-car garage. What I think of hill climb racing? I think you guys are insane. I have a friend who does it, and I don't know how you have the balls to do that stuff, honestly. It's incredibly impressive. Especially when they do it in like a GP2 car from like 2004. It blows my mind. I mean, for me it doesn't really interest me as a driver. I love circuit racing so much. But I do enjoy watching the odd hill climb onboard video. Oh boy. Who's faster, me or Super GT? Super GT is damn fast, dudes. Super GT is super fast. To be honest with you, in most of the duels that we've had, I have beaten him. But I mostly use my experience to beat him. But on one lap pace, we're often very close on the leaderboards. Obviously, if I put in much more effort, I tend to climb higher, but I rate Super GT very highly as a driver. And I think he's a brilliant karter in Club 100. He does some really good overtaking maneuvers. He's fast in the wet on slick tires. So I'm impressed with the guy. Do I ever do point of view videos? Mate, on my page is an onboard of me at Spa and Paul Ricard with the GoPro on my helmet, but it's actually not illegal. It's not legal to do it at Blancpain and events, so I've stopped doing it. My dream was to make all my onboard stories with the GoPro connected to my helmet, but it's not possible, so I just do the onboard stories with the regular engineer's camera. Do I do Twitch? Not yet. The plan was to do Twitch when I set up this Elgato thing, but it never works. David, how much are you looking forward to Wednesday's testing? I can't wait, guys. So what happened was, I got this call to race an ELMS when I was at the Spa 24 hour. I mean, how's that for a weekend? And they said, we want you to test at Silverstone. I went to Silverstone. Their regular drivers tested for most of the day. Then in the last hour and a half, they said, okay, the rest of the day is dedicated to you. So I sat in the car, suit on, helmet on, in the car, strapped in the pit lane, car drops, engine starts, red flag. And then the red flag was not... then they cancelled the track day early, so I never actually got to drive the GTE. Okay, so you guys want me to try this thing, hey? Oh, I really hate racing in this LMP once. Matt, how are you doing? Any idea how much it would cost an AM for a season in Blancpain or British GT? They're both about 500,000 euros. 500 for the sprint series, let's say 300 to 500 for sprint, and 500 to 800 for endurance. That's for the whole car. If you manage to share, you can share that cost between drivers. Rather play what you enjoy most. So yeah, someone just damaged the barriers, and they couldn't fix the barriers in time. So, will there be a video of the race in Vallelunga? Yes, there will be. I just can't do it this week because I'm leaving in the morning for for Spa. What do you think about GT Masters and DTM in terms of competition? GT Masters is the best sprint series in the world. The best GT sprint series in the world. And DTM is incredible. I watch both of them religiously, and massive congrats to my mate Calvin van der Linde for winning the GT Masters Championship second time in a row. Do you think SA will soon be competitive contenders in GT World Series? They need to actually let us race in the damn thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep quiet, guys, because I'm really bad around this track in simulators, same as Spa. Oh, that's a penalty. Nikolai literally just answered you, mate. Yeah, I'm doing a video of Vallelunga, but I can't do it before I leave. I have a cool onboard battle. It's 30 minutes long with an Audi, which I didn't win, but it's a defense masterclass from his side. So is the Blancpain not as high of competition as GT Masters? GT Masters has more factory drivers, and most of the cars are pro cars with financial backing from outside sponsors and not the drivers themselves, whereas GT, as a Blancpain GT, it's more driver supported. I don't know why that is, but GT Masters has developed this insane reputation for professional racing. I mean, look, half the GT Masters grid is on the Blancpain grid. The problem is the other half isn't. Do I use left foot braking? Yeah, mate, I'm a left foot braker. But I get that from karting. What do you think of Kevin Estra? Phenomenal driver. And so incredibly fast, and he's just fearless. Oh. Yeah, there's in GT Masters there's a lot of factory drivers, especially Audi guys and Lamborghini guys. No Ferrari guys though. And that's just because the Ferrari is so expensive to run, and the Audi is so cheap that a lot of teams rather use the Audi, etc. So I don't see myself in GT Masters anytime soon, sadly. Not because I'm a factory driver, I'm not a factory driver, but my team runs Ferraris and they can't afford to put them in GT Masters, unfortunately. I'm in the Audi. If you couldn't get a seat in a Ferrari next season, which car would you pick? Mercedes, I think. They just seem to be very competitive. If you have to choose a team... I'm going to read that after I get to the end of this braking zone. If you could choose a team, do you think it's more important, car or team? Team is more important because of balance of performance. You want a team that knows the car backwards. Anyone got any suggestions on whether to pit in this race or anything? Fabian, ready for Spa? No, mate, not. What are the top times for this race? I have no idea. I just tuned in. Damn, I messed that up. Use the Alpine. Why? Why must I use the Alpine? Oops. Massive fuel saving needed in this race for a no-stopper. Copy that. Hey David, turn racing. Dude, what's happening? Which steering wheel and seat do you use for the game? I use a horrific play seat. And I use a Thrustmaster GT, which is very much good. Very good. Thrustmaster GT. You can check it on my website, davidperel.net/sim, and I'm going to use this opportunity. If any of you want caps, t-shirts, hoodies, shop.davidperel.net. Shop.davidperel.net. It's got a whole bunch of swag there. Nicholas, is Alpine Stars your sponsor? No, mate. I don't wear Alpine Stars. Woo! I'm nowhere. Any more than 5 laps, he has a struggle with no pits. So is this a stop or no stop? Will you be selling stuff at Spa? Sorry mate, it's only ordered online. It's print on demand, so a product is only made if it's bought and paid for. Good beginner's car. BMW M2, Civic Type R, or just a Cayman? I don't know mate, I haven't driven those road cars. Favorite track and why? Imola. Just love the nature of it, the curbs. It's so difficult to master. Really love it. Does Thrustmaster GT work on PC? Absolutely. How does it feel being a pro driver in a sim game? Absolutely insane, especially because I believe I'm a sim racer first and like a sim racer at heart, who's a massive racing fan, so definitely surreal. I'm in with Super GT, but these guys are going to be much faster than me because I have no idea how to win in this race. How do I do the race? Have you raced against Nicolo Baldan? I'm not sure, mate. Have you got your NERB license yet? Nope. No stopper, 20% lap easy. Yeah, but I'm starting in P14. I'm P nowhere. Oh boy, here we go, ladies and gents. Please expect me to fail at this race, but we'll be better in the second one. I was reluctant to do this, but here we go. Oh, okay, so it looks like the Toyota is the car to have. Yeah, the tires will be fine. JH, what did you do to the ring people to make them hate you? Nothing, mate. I just haven't fulfilled their criteria. You have to do 2 races and a total of 18 laps. I've done 18 laps, but I've only completed 1 race, even though I've qualified for 3 of them. My teammates have crashed in the other 2. What are Briggs cards? No idea. Super GT here. Yeah, I can see Super GT is here, guys. He is a mate of mine. We vibe together. Got punted there. Pretty hard. This is why I don't like this race. I haven't chosen my manufacturer yet. Jeez, these things are gone. What's my brake balance at? Audi's just oh, broke way too early there. Who can recommend which manufacturer should I sign up for this year, for this season? Even though I will only do a few of the races, I would still like to be a bit more competitive than I was in the Ferrari. Oh, listen to that slipstream. Just sniffing it out. have no regen. No regen. I'm in this car. Oh, that was it. Opportunity gone. Oh, David. Idiot. Sorry, guys. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the recovery, all things considered. I do wish I beat Super GT, but I need to get a hang of the regen on these cars. That was fun. Any chance I could score a picture with you Sunday? Absolutely, mate. Please come around. What do you think about Zanardi? Good guy? That was good fun, man. That was really good fun. I got punted off, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can afford the Antonio, what's happening, mate? Have I tried race from negative? I'm gonna see if I can afford the Toyota. How do you feel about the promotion to GTE? Oh, I'm so excited. Not joking. I have the best fans. Will you sign my coach Dave hat at Spa? You better believe it, my man. It's done. Please come around. I will sign that thing. The Porsche top end isn't as good as her Toyota. Nothing is as good as her Toyota, it seems. Nandaliza, I'm racing ELMS this weekend with Kessel and GTE at Spa. Can't wait. Have I tried racing? No, bro. Have not tried race from. Guys, a simulator is what you make of it, just by the way. So, just be aware of that. It's not about how real is. Do you feel famous? Absolutely not, bro. Rudy, I'm the furthest thing from famous, dude. I can walk around wherever I am. No one recognizes me. Sometimes at the track, I get some people who want to take a photo, but honestly, that's where it starts and ends. So, what are we getting? The TS50. Guys, TS30 or TS50? TS50, right? Stacks, love you, bro. Will I be? Ruben's asking if I'll be racing at the Kyalami 9 hour. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Have I ever raced in Adria? Unfortunately not. I haven't even tested there. I haven't done any laps in Adria. I would like to though. Darth Yiski? Darth Yiski? Welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. What does the GT promotion mean for the future? It's not a promotion. They just needed a driver with experience who's ranked as a silver. I know the Ferrari very well, so I was the choice for Kessel. Plus I have a very good relationship with him. Mr. Rude, will you race a Kilani? Kilani, no. Kyalami, yes. I saw the stories for Spa. At Spa we had ABS failure in the second hour, and it meant that we had to change some cables, which lost us 7 laps. Rogue Logic GT, my settings are 10 and 10 for the Thrustmaster. Spider great, thank you so much. Long time ago, thanks for the sub, mate. Morkel, see you at the 9 hours. I'm so excited for the 9 hours. This GTE thing is very exciting. I'm super excited for the GTE thing, but I'm even more excited for the 9 hour. Can't wait to race in South Africa again. No, 10 is not that heavy on the Thrustmaster GT. Look. There it is. So torque is 10, force feedback sensitivity is 10. It's very light, honestly. It's about the same weighting as the Gt3 car. What a sound. What an understeer. Woo-hoo. Yusuf, my next race is at Spa this weekend in European Le Mans. I use a Thrustmaster GT. Guys, davidperil.net/sim. You can see what my setup is. Just don't buy the playseat. Get something like a Sparco or an R seat. I would love to own an R seat. but the playseat is very, very badly built. The build quality, I mean. Can you adjust the TGT? In what sense? I know in PC you can. There's a whole bunch of parameters, but do you think a sim racer can become a real life racer? Yeah, mate. I was a sim racer. And look at all the GT Academy guys. Oh, that was track limits. Why choose Stilo? I love the shape of Stilo more than the Arai. Arai is very expensive also. It's about 500 euros, 600 euros more. These helmets are mega expensive, guys. And these days Stilo give me a great deal on helmets. But even before they gave me the deals, I was using their products. So yeah, Game Seat's also a good one. Thank you so much, Yusuf. Thank you. Did I update my Thrustmaster? How do I do that? You can put a price on your head. A Stilo is 4,000 euros and a Arai is 5,500 euros. So you have to beat Super GT. Is he doing this race again? How much do you pay for a race? Race, mate. People pay me to race. But, Philip, I used to pay to race. And it's very, very expensive. Did you race at Le Mans in real life? No, I have not. But it's on my list of dreams. It's my ultimate dream. Have I ever raced at Bathurst? No, sir. To race in a GT race, it's between 25 and 70,000 euros for your seat. Remember, there's 3 people in the car, so if you want to pay for the other drivers, which often is the case, you're looking at much more than that. In Budapest, I got taken out by an Audi and a Aston Martin. Guys, the 1010 settings are honestly not that heavy compared to some of the other settings I've used in other games and stuff. The 1010 is, to me, it's nothing. How do you raise that kind of money? You stop racing for 7 years and you work your ass off and you save all your money, and then you use all that money to go racing and you sell everything that you've ever owned. That's what I had to do, mate. I saved for 7 years, then I sold a piece of my company, then I sold my car, then I sold whatever was left. Then I begged borrowed and stole. Then I took a loan from a bank, which I'm still paying off. And then finally his team started to give me seat tries for free because I was good enough. And now here I am. What do I think about the Corvette? Very cool looking car. From what I've heard, it's very difficult to drive. Is it possible for controller players to compete against steering wheel players? Yes, sir. Not that I've used a controller in a very long time. Yes, my company was with my brother. But there was a risk that the sacrifice would not pay off. Absolutely, man. There was many moments where my career was over and I had not only no career in racing, I had no money and no company because I sold most of it. Oh, hello, understeer and penalty. I never found a real sponsor, guys, so I can't really give advice on that. But the main thing is that you want to offer sponsors something that they don't care about you. They don't care about your talents. They care about what you can give their brand. So you have to get creative. Come up with creative campaigns that your sponsors would think would be useful for their brands. And trust me, putting their sticker on your car is not a creative campaign. So you have to be much more creative than that, and you need good connections, and it takes time to build these relationships. Oh wow, this car has no grip, man, in comparison. Woo! F for David Perel there. Jake, good morning, man. Jo is asking how your times compare to a racing wheel. I use a racing wheel, mate. Do I have any single seat experience? Yep, I raced like 3 or 4 races in a Formula VW. The Toyota feels better acceleration mid-range, but bad braking. It's like it's on thinner tires almost. That's what it feels like. But it's not. Same tires. That's what it feels like. It has less grip than the Audi. The braking performance is worse. But it's got pretty good energy recovery and battery usage. Can you tell us a race where you experienced the most intense pressure? 2007 karting world finals, the pre-final. You always wanted to start in the top 5 in an odd number, and I was 5th, and I had like a train of like 50 karts behind me who also wanted that P5. I remember my legs were like numb with stress. I managed to hold on though. 2007, yeah, it was 2007. Do I play other sims? Yep, Assetto Corsa Competizione and iRacing, depends which sim I'm at. And soon I'll play that stuff at home as well, once I own a PC. Do I watch MotoGP? I watch MotoGP religiously, and at the end of the year I'm gonna meet Valentino Rossi because I'm in the same team as him for the Golf 12 Hour, and I can't wait. He's my hero. He's my ultimate racing hero. Isn't the daily race be at the Nordschleife? What business did I have? Web development and WordPress themes and Tumblr themes and Posterous themes and Shopify technology, and I can write code, ladies and gentlemen. Particularly CSS. I'm very good at CSS. Oh, come on, mate. Ah! Jeez, that was so frustrating. CSS is coding, mate. If you'd write bad CSS, then you are not coding. But if you can write frameworks used by over 1 million people, you're coding, trust me. Anyway, I can also write JavaScript, PHP and all that stuff, so... Well, I can read it now, but I can't write it. Oh! I'm in the Toyota. Oh! I was clearly on the inside, guys, so there's no ways I was dirty. What's your setup for reading chat? It's really bad at the moment. I've got my laptop on the left-hand side, so that's why I don't read the comments, because I have to look completely away from the screen. It's not in my peripheral at the moment. Should do races with Jimmy. I've met Jimmy once before. He was really nice to me. Lots of people are Rossi fans, mate. So, when would you think someone is too old to start racing? I don't know. I technically started real racing, GT racing, when I was 30. So, I'd say, but I had karting experience. If you have no experience at all and you're starting when you're 30, it's quite late. Guys, there's no ways that move was dirty. I was on the inside for ages. I was at his door. So if the guy wants to turn in on me, that's on him. Can't just be 100% side by side. What is your daily driver? I don't have a car. Sold it to go racing. And now when I live in London, there's no point in having one, so... Have you got a girlfriend? Haha. Yes, I do, bro. But that is private. If you live in London, you don't need a car. That is for sure. Would you like Super GT for a teammate? Hugh Hattrick, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, man. I'm actually trying to convince him that we do a Club 100 race together. Did you drive a Porsche? No, I did not. I'm an Audi fan. If I was going to buy a car tomorrow, the first car I would buy is an Audi S3, and then I'd work on my ultimate 3-car garage, which is the RS6 Porsche Gt3 911 Touring and a F12 TDF. Formula racing, there's only 6 people in the world who make money from Formula racing. That's Formula 1. Actually, no. Also, the Formula E drivers also make some money, and some IndyCar drivers, but... In GT racing, you have much more opportunities to be a professional, and I'm too slow for formulas anyway. Have I ever driven a Porsche? Yeah, I have. I watched the race the other day and you were in last place. If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got taken out, mate. At the beginning of this year I have an onboard video, Nicola, on my YouTube page. I drove the Golf VW TCR. Someone's asking if I weren't racing a Ferrari, a Blancpain, which one would I like to try? Mercedes. They seem very quick. Ooh wee! Is there any merchandise? Shop.davidperel.net. Achin, shop.davidperel.net. You can get caps, hoodies, t-shirts, stickers. I would show you if my Elgato streaming stuff was working, but it's not, so I can't show you my cool caps. Coach Dave caps. Shop.davidperel.net, peeps. That's the best way to support this racing driver, is to buy some swag. Have you ever driven Formula 1 or Formula 2? No, sir. I went straight from karting to GTs, including a 7-year break in between of just Gran Turismo. But when I was doing karting, I was a massive Gran Turismo player. Massive. Highest aspiration in motorsports is to race in Le Mans and finish and win it in my class as a South African. Nürburgring, I was also taken out by Marciello and Frederick Vivish. I was taken out at the start. Does your shop ship to South Africa? Yes, sir. It does, it does, it does. Oh, that corner in real life must be insane! Am I Portuguese? No, I'm South African. I don't know if Ferrari's making a hypercar, but I think they will. Are the Ferraris just slow at Nürburgring, or what happened? The other two cars are amateur drivers. They're amateur entries. Our car was in the top 10 in terms of pace. Purple sectors everywhere. So the Ferrari was quick, but the two cars in last place were amateur drivers. Jaguars don't race in Blancpain because they were privately funded by Emile Frey. Rand or pounds? I don't understand the question. Oh, track limits, damn. What's my favorite Le Mans car? One of the Audis, I think. I'm a big Audi fan, so... So, definitely one of the LMP1 cars. The Porsche GT1 was damn sexy. So one of those would be really cool. Isn't the SF90 going to be a hypercar? There's no guarantees there, mate. They built that car to take on the Senna. Have you ever picked up a fat chick? Dude, what is your problem? I'm Kenyan. Felix, what's happening? Where's Volkswagen? That's Porsche. They're doing Formula E. When are you coming to SA? November? For Kalami 9 hour. Rudy's asking how I would know if I'm fast enough to be not fast enough to be in Formula 1. Ah, dude. I struggle to qualify in the top 10 of Blancpain. And Formula 1 drivers are a level up, another level. People don't understand how incredible Formula 1 drivers are because you just watch them on TV and their power steering. You think that they that it would be easy to drive those cars, but they are truly the best in the world. Do you talk to Mirko? Do you talking about Mirko Bortolotti? Yes, sir. Mr. Rude, it's shop.davidperrell.net. Hugh Hattrick, Racing Kalami? Yes, sir. Favorite TV show? I have favorite YouTube channels like Adam Savage Tested, MKBHD, Super GT. Oh, my favorite YouTube channel is Unbox Therapy. Yeah, Bortolotti is a legend. I have maximum respect for that guy. And I chat to him occasionally. Yeah, David is correct. Formula 1 drivers are Formula 1 drivers for a reason, especially ones that are paid professionals. They go into other series and they are instantly on the pace. I think people need to respect Formula 1 drivers more, honestly. It's not a coincidence that they are so damn fast. What's the last horror film that I watched? I don't watch horror films. I hate them. Wow, why did I suddenly go up to 5th place? A lot of disconnects there. NASCAR, I think, is one of the most specialist sports in motorsport, actually, honestly. At Nürburgring I got taken out by Frederick Vivisch and Marciello. What would I do if I wasn't a racing driver? I'd run a web technology company. No, actually I'd be involved in sim racing. I'd be much more involved. That's what I would do. I'd try to cross over my experience running a tech company and sim racing and try to combine them and try and work for a company like Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa. I would love to work for either of them. Am I friends with Dennis and Rena? Absolutely, mates. When you spend a year together as teammates, you have to be able to get on with each other, and I love those guys. Do I think it's fair that Ocon had to wait a year? I think that's racing, mates. Am I sponsored by any big sim racing companies? Only at the moment Thrustmaster. Honestly, I would love to do some work for companies like Gran Turismo and Assetto Corsa, like more formally. Why are you an Audi fan? No one can explain why they are particular fan of a manufacturer. Do you know any F1 races? I don't, mate. But I'm like 1 degree separated from a few of them, so. Always driving cockpit view. Felix, good to know, mates. I think in Gran Turismo it's not really the best view. There's something wrong with this view. It just feels like you can't see anything, and yes, in real life it's claustrophobic, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel right in Gran Turismo for some reason. I wonder if I can catch these guys. Do I watch WTF1? Not really, to be honest. I'm not sure why. have I ever played Forza? Only in the stores with the remotes. I haven't played it beyond that. Looks like a fun game, but that's 100% arcade game. Is it hard to breathe in a Gt3 car? No, mate. I mean, definitely not. We have to be able to survive for up to 2 hours in the heat, so if you're not comfortable, you're going to suffer. Do I like not having to stay in the track limits? I wish track limits were more strictly enforced. What's a favorite circuit? Imola. Corner goes this way, mates. Oh, come on, man. I think this car doesn't have to fuel save because of the battery regen. Do I know Alex Ramirez? Yeah, vaguely, kind of. Next step, Le Mans. Yeah, hopefully one day. What sports do you like? Racing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. For those of you who have to go to bed, I will also be going to bed soon. I'm not focused at all. and it's showing, making way too many mistakes. Yeah, but the R18 doesn't regenerate the batteries as well as this Toyota. Favorite animal? Cats. Less admin. Oh, I do enjoy rugby. Just never get to watch it, honestly. I don't get to watch any racing. I mean, any sports. Favorite food? Pizza. No, actually, Big Mac meal. I don't get to eat it enough, but... Do you want ACC? Absolutely. Can't wait to own it. Especially now that Kyle Army's in there. This is a good lap, by the way. When did I start YouTube and why? I started YouTube just many years ago. First for our web business, and then eventually I wanted to post better onboard videos for everyone else to watch. It's a bummer about these track limits. Sorry guys, almost had a good race for you there. Forza Motorsport's a great arcade game. Yeah, this page was created in 2010, this YouTube page. But before that I was doing other stuff called From the Couch. And the video with the most views on my channel actually has nothing to do with racing. It has to do when I got hit in the head by a frickin' drone while I was in my office doing normal work. Oh! That was an awesome race. That was really fun. What's your point here? You think Eau Rouge is too dangerous? It's a very dangerous, but it's not too dangerous. Yesterday I was a GD fan. Get in there, David. How much does a drone to the head hurt? It was quite sore. I had a lot of swelling for quite a while. How much would the racing line at Nürburgring in Marzano change with racing lines being more strict? Well, Nürburgring, the track limits are clear. If you go off, you're into the wall. Misano is not so much. What is most? That's a good question. What is the most inaccurate part of GT Sports physics? Gearing. Nicola, I'm not answering inappropriate questions about girls, mate. Have some respect for them. How's about that? GJS, what's happening, my man? BBR, you can turn down the tire squealing, and it's the only way to know if you are lacking grip. So I understand what they're doing it. Can I save this replay? Felix, I hear real life track racing is quite expensive. Yes sir, very expensive. Up to, well, over €1 million if you want to do Blancpain, sprint and endurance. €1,000,000 for the car. My friend, no, it was someone I didn't know. They were flying from another office building and they lost control because in Cape Town in summer it's very windy, and the wind took it and smashed through our 5th story window and into my head. And you know, that was a bit of a bummer, but what was worse was that everyone thought it was fake. So I got trolled for like 6 months by drone advocates. It was absolutely ridiculous. It didn't go rogue. It just they lost control of the drone, and the guy had full throttle, and he flew straight into the the window and into my head. Mita, yeah, sure, man. If you come to any of the races, I'm there. Felix, next race is this weekend, ELMS Spa. GJS, yeah, the guys in Italian GT, they jumped the red light during the safety car period, and they gained 20 seconds on us during the second pit stop phase, and we couldn't understand why. And then we later discovered that because they jumped the red light, so we actually should have won that race on merit. We would have won it, and we would have been P3 overall. In the end, they gave it to us, but we didn't get to experience it on the podium, and it would have been so awesome to sit on the podium with Giancarlo Fisichella and Jacques Villeneuve in real life. What happened after the drone accident? Lawyers and stuff, and it was a bit messy. Is your next race on telly? Yeah, if you search European Le Mans series on YouTube, you'll see the channel. Ever planning on doing a fan race? What's a fan race, mate? I just do races where I get offers by teams. I don't I can't just pick up the phone and get free drives, to be honest. I'm always waiting for a drive. How does a DTM car feel compared to a GT3? Very fast cornering speed, incredible braking, but lacks power compared to GT3. Worst crash? Karting. Best SA driver you ever raced against? Wesley Orr, karting, and Cristiano Magado. GGS, thanks, mate. I need to improve that lap time, honestly. Oh, in GD Sport, yeah, sure, mate. I'm definitely gonna do that. Tonight I just wanted to do some races and have some chats, but we'll definitely do like a lobby race at some point. When I'm back in October, things will be much better. Promise you. Okay. Kyalami all the way! So amped for Kyalami. Can't begin to tell you. Oh man, I can't save photos. Do I play arcade games? Only on my iPhone. Okay, who wants to make a photo for me, guys? I don't have enough space on my PlayStation because I installed Wreckfest. What a nightmare. My opinion about Assetto Corsa Competizione has been the same from day one. I love it. Oh my god, is this the most efficient way to do this? Is there a better way to do this, guys? Okay, there we go. Now I can take the photo. make a thumbnail, go to bed. David Carter, after taking out in Blancpain, no mate, after that being taken out in Blancpain, that was, my career was on the line after that, mate. Team was bleak with me, even though it wasn't my fault. Do any racing in the US? I wish. But no. My favorite game besides Gran Turismo game is Alto's Adventure on iPhone. No, Alto's Adventure and Alto's Odyssey. Love them. I don't have a streaming schedule because I just try to fit it in whenever I can. It's very random, very, very random. Yeah, but I promise you, once my season is over, I'll be much more formal with this stuff. Night Felix, thanks so much for tuning in. For those of you who want to like exit, I'm literally just taking a thumbnail shot now, and then it's off to bed. So, for those of you who want to exit stage left, no stress. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to share any of the videos that you like on my page. Also check out my swag, davidperel.net or shop.davidperel.net. Yeah, David, sometimes the pressure is pretty intense, but it's mostly intense if you have a crash. And up until this year I've never crashed, and then I had 2 crashes in a row, so it was really a massive bummer. I was quite upset. See you at Spa, Sam. Come say hi, bro. I'm pretty stoked with how that race went, by the way. I think in the end we improved quickly and almost beat those guys. Oh damn, my laptop battery's also about to run out. I suppose that's a showstopper as well. Have I ever visited Scotland? I haven't, mate. I honestly don't have the time. What is the race at Spa? European Le Mans series. European Le Mans series. That's me yawning. Okay, gents and ladies, if you're watching, thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you next week. There will be a onboard story from my Vallelunga race. Until then, please tune into the ELMS on Sunday. Look out for the car number 60, blue Kessel racing car. Yeah, and that's it. Till next time, thank you so much.